earlier. Right now it's 25
Almost forgot to hit record again today.
At 8 o'clock with Brian Combs on Trader News Radio 700 WLW.
On demand, iHeartRadio online, on your smartphone, iPad, and tablet. 700WLW.com. Good now, 7:36 in the morning at 700 WLW. I'm looking at this. They had the implosion of the Georgia Dome this morning. And I didn't get a chance to see it, but Brian said there was so much smoke you really couldn't even see it come down. Just a big poof. I thought that was the video. That's not the video. Well, eventually we'll find it and put it on the blog. But other good stuff on the blog this morning. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is rampant, particularly women against men. Well, this guy's an Uber driver or what he might be, but there's a woman in the back seat who is sexually harassing the driver. There's no two ways about it. And that video's up there. Also happened, we touched on this earlier, a college radio station where these guys were pulled off the air by the station manager who showed up with a police officer because they said the word tranny on the air. And she informed them that there's an FCC regulation against using the word tranny, and therefore they were pulled off the air. And obviously, if there were such a regulation, I wouldn't be saying it now. So she made the whole thing up because she didn't like what they said. So that one's up there, video of that one. And then, believe it or not, Fiona is making it big again because apparently she, farted underwater. And it's a video of the bubbles coming up, and it went somewhat viral. And if you want to see that fairly cute aspect of Fiona, then that's
not completely viral, but somewhat.
WLW.com. Keeping your family safe with the latest forecast. Keeping you on the move with the latest traffic reports. Keeping you informed with the latest news at the top and bottom of the hour. Keeping you alerted to breaking news whenever it happens. That's News Radio 700 WLW. Brought to you by Kerry Hyundai in Alexandria and Florence. Attention Tri-State, your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky premier Hyundai dealer, Kerry Hyundai in Alexandria, has just announced the event of the year, the Hyundai Black Friday sales event. For only $99 a month, you can lease a brand new 18 Elantra. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Assurance. Plus, a $500 shopping spree on us. Get to Kerry Hyundai in Alexandria this week for the Hyundai Black Friday sales event. Online at thehyundaistore.net. Tax title and registration will include credit 36 weekly, full security deposit. See dealer for details. Offer ends 11/30/17. The investment news you need. This is the Bloomberg Market on News Radio 700 WLW. This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. The latest consolidation in the chip sector has Marvell Technology buying Cavium for about $6 billion in cash and stock. The deal announced this morning. Ahead of the open on Wall Street, futures are mixed. The Dow futures down 4, S&P futures a little change, and the Nasdaq Composite futures are about 2 points higher. Analysts at JP Morgan Chase say global investment banking revenues may decline 9% this quarter on low volatility and a sell-off of high-yield debt. The Federal Reserve issues notes in this month's policy meeting on Wednesday. Futures trading imply the Fed will raise its benchmark interest rate before the end of the year. This week's report could shed light on the central bank's strategy.
It's about to get bright in here.
Increase would be the third of the year. And the GOP's latest tax plan needs work. According to Senator Susan Collins, she was on ABC. Once again, the Dow futures 4 points lower. I'm John Tucker, Bloomberg Radio. Boom, 740. Lots of traffic today. You're right about that. Started out quiet, but it's gotten really bad in the last half hour to an hour. From the UC Health Transit Center, UC Health, Cincinnati's leading organ transplant program, southbound 75, slow go, Union Center, actually Cincinnati Deep Road now, down to Sharon Road. They're clearing an accident on the Glendale-Milford at the end of the southbound 75 ramp. Then southbound 75 is shut down at the Walton-Verona exit. That's due to an accident just below that ramp. I do understand that some folks are going up the exit ramp and right back down the other side to get by the wreck. But traffic is backed up above the 71 split because of it. Northbound 75 problems too with a wreck at Kyle's. That backs traffic towards Turquoise and slowed from 74 to an earlier accident near Galbert. That one's over on the right shoulder. Now northbound 71 has problems with a wreck just before 275. And that traffic's backing up through Kenwood and heading down the hill to Red Bank. The next traffic update is in 10 minutes. Chuck Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW. This report is brought to you by your Wellness Center. Are you struggling to lose weight? Your Wellness Center can help you. Every weight loss journey is different, and therefore your program should be uniquely created for you. For your free consultation, call 513-791-9474 or visit yourwellnesscenter.com. Sunshine out there, and we should see it for most of the week. 48, today's high. Tonight down to 34, tomorrow 52. It's going to be pretty nice. Sunny and 52. Wednesday gets colder. Still sunny, but 40 Wednesday, 42 on Thanksgiving Day. That is 25, and that's it. That's 700 WL. Radio Saturday Night Radio. This is the News Radio 700 WLW Bengals update. The Bengals holding off the Broncos yesterday in Denver 20-17. That is Cincinnati's first victory in Denver since 1975, ending a 10-game win streak out west. The Bengals moved to 4-6, while the Broncos suffered their sixth straight loss. They fall to 3-7. Andy Dalton with 3 touchdown passes on the day, all coming on third down. Here's head coach Marvin Lewis.
Those are big. I mean, big plays. Had a couple penalties where we drew on third downs, which were big, and some conversions. You know, we ground in there, man. We knew we were getting man coverage. Did a lot of nice things to rub them off and get opportunity.
More on the game tonight on Bengals Live from the Holy Grail Bank, starting at 6:05 right here on News Radio 700 WLW. After 7 o'clock, the show moves to Fox Sports 1360. College basketball hit yesterday. Vermont got by NKU 66-64. Hartford over Miami 68-58. Old Dominion beat Dayton 75-67. Tonight is Buffalo facing UC at 7 right here on News Radio 700 WLW. Xavier hosting Hampton at 8 on 55 KRC. Kentucky goes up against Troy at 6:30 on ESPN 1530. Racing, Martin Truex Jr. clinching his first NASCAR Cup Championship yesterday, winning the Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Truex holding off a hard-charging Kyle Busch at the end. We just never gave up all day long. We didn't have the best car. I don't know if we wanted to do it. Never give up. Oh my goodness, we're going to dig deep as we ever have today. I wanted to go. I thought I was done. They were all better than me all day long.
Little street sweeper.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his final Cup start before retiring finished 25th. Bill Dennison, News Radio 700 WLW Sports. Ticket information from 333 Seat. 333 Seat is your source for. Y'all ready for this? Cincinnati Bengals tickets starting below face value. Tickets and tailgate parking available in all areas, including yard lines and clubs, home and away, including Browns, Steelers, Bears, and Lions. Call 333 Seat. That's 333 SEAT. Any event, anywhere, any ticket. 333 Seat is your source for events worldwide. Tickets make the best gifts. Sports, Broadway, comedy, concerts. UC, UK, NBA, including LeBron, Globetrotter, Dirty, WWE, Seinfeld, Brian Regan, Kevin Hart, Adam Savage, Strato Chaser, 98 Degrees, Rudolph, Christmas Story, Nutcracker, Christmas Carol, Trans-Siberian, Garth Brooks, Pink, Maroon 5, gift certificates. Call 333 SEAT. That's 333 SEAT. Aston Oaks is a world-class Jack Nicklaus design course waiting for you. Enjoy special fall rates and don't worry about the cold weather because Aston Oaks features covered heated carts. Call 513-467-0070 for tea time information or visit AstonOaksGolfClub.com. Also, the Oakland Restaurant and Banquet Center is ready to host your holiday party. Call today to reserve your date before it's gone. Aston Oaks, world-class golf, unparalleled beauty.
Nursing Health was recently selected by Truman Health Analytics, an IBM Boston company, as one of the top 15 healthcare systems in the United States, and the only system selected in Cincinnati this year. The award recognizes Nursing Health for providing better results, shorter hospital stays, higher patient satisfaction, and shorter wait times in the emergency room. We're proud of this ranking, but nothing ranks higher with us than your health. For your best health, visit Mercy.com.
746, there's a reunion of sorts going on. 50th anniversary of the worst air disaster ever. Yeah, the survivors of that crash in Cincinnati on November 20th, 1967, got together yesterday, those who were still alive, to remember. TWA Flight 128 that was from Los Angeles coming in for a landing in Cincinnati. When it clipped the treetops on the hillside above the Ohio River and then crashed in an apple orchard just about a mile short of the runway. One of the people who survived that crash was a young baby who was 50 years old now. Who doesn't remember it, but Tracy Smith Evie was one of the people who came back for the ceremony yesterday. She ended up with a tree. Sure, she was literally stuck in one of the apple trees and found there. This was, long before cell phones and things like that to try and get information out, and searching the area took a long time to locate her. It was one of the few reasons for celebration for the firefighters who were involved in the horrible night trying to deal with this tragedy when they found it. Was it a weather issue in the first place? And apparently it was pilot error. It was a snowy night. It was cloudy, and the pilots, I guess they say, were on a visual approach and just didn't calculate correctly where the runway was. They weren't using, I guess, their instruments as they were supposed to, according to the NTSB. That led to that. There were 70 people who died in that crash, and that is the deadliest of the half dozen that occurred in this area.
One time years ago, when the station was still on 4th Street, I was working a weekend, and it was a low cloud kind of a day like at the end of the weekend. And I was looking out the window, which faced the suspension bridge. What I was looking at was the cloud about the suspension bridge. The wind was blowing so hard that the thing was bending the pole. Out of nowhere, I see the back of the jet dip down out of these low clouds right over the suspension bridge. And, I mean, I read Delta right on it. And he was headed right toward the hill in Covington on the other side, and he gassed it and backed up. Like, how could you miss that? That's not really near the airline. I did that well. Clearly, yeah, again, that was 25 years ago. So it was great. All right, go on.
We'll talk about FC Cincinnati Stadium fight at 8 o'clock and how the cost that they say cost taxpayers is now being disputed by some taxpayer groups who say it's going to be a whole lot more than $75 million. That's in 15 minutes of news right here sitting at WLW.
All right, medical minutes now brought by Mercy Health for Dr. Kyle Darnell, board-certified pulmonologist practicing for Mercy Health, West Pulmonary, Sleep and Critical Care, talking about lung diseases and lung health. And they're coming into this time of the year. It gets to be pneumonia season, and let's talk about that. There is a pneumonia vaccine that I was unaware of until about a year ago. How long have those been around?
So the first pneumonia vaccine was invented in about the 50s or 60s. It's pneumococcal 23. So it's been around for quite some time. The good thing about the pneumococcal 23 is that it primes the immune system, if you will, so that whenever you get the pneumonia, is that your immune system responds faster, prevents more advanced complications from the pneumonia itself, so you don't get quite as sick. The one you're seeing on the TV right now is the Prevnar 13. That came around about 2007 and became really common after they found that it actually prevents you from getting the pneumonia itself and also from spreading the pneumonia as well. So certain kids, and because it had that, they expanded out. Now it's also in adults in a much bigger form as well.
All right, my stupid question. Is it like a flu shot in that there's a different type of pneumonia, or you get this vaccination once and I'm pneumonia-free for the rest of my life?
Well, that's a great question. So with the 23 and 13, that means how many different strands of the vaccine has. And so the 13th vaccine is 13 different strands, the 23 takes in 23 different strands. These are the most common strands that there is. The Prevnar 13 is the first one you should get, and it's a one-time deal. You get that, and you're good to go for the rest of your life. The 23 is every 5 years before that. You have to keep re-upping because your immune system kind of wanes over time with that.
So it started for kids, but you could get it at any age.
That's correct. Well, it's recommended for kids, and then once you become middle age, the chance of getting pneumonia go down so much, they don't recommend it there. But after the age of 65 is when it's recommended again. That exception is for anybody with lung disease or other chronic medical conditions.
Okay. This will be the subject of the week, all things pulmonary. And the podcast, you can get ahead of the class if you want to by going to www.health. You can begin to listen there. We've got 7:51, and let's take a look into the traffic look ahead.
Our sold out 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival from Las Vegas. 2 nights, 1 stage, over 20 of the biggest artists on the planet, celebrated with iHeartRadio fans from around the world. Our sold out 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Festival, Play, College Rap, Weekend, and more. Monster must-see iHeartRadio Music Festival, Wednesday the 22nd and Friday the 24th at 8 p.m. on the CW Cincinnati. Hi, it's Mike McCall reminding you that Small Business Saturday comes up on November 25th. Small Business Saturday is founded by American Express, encouraging you and I to shop small, preferably where we live. I live in Glendale with beautiful little small shops, and I encourage you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Shop small, the 25th. It's a November to remember at Joseph Chevrolet with Black Friday savings all month long. Listen to this, 25% off select Chevy models. See General Manager Reese Powers for the details or visit josephchevrolet.com and find new roads in. Okay, what's going on? We're from the UC Health Traffic Center. UC Health, Cincinnati's leading organ transplant program. I'm getting reports from southbound 75 that was shut down, but the one Verona exit has just reopened, but they've got crews still working on both shoulders from that wreck. It's going to take a while for the backup to burn off, which is past the 71 merge. There's a wreck on northbound 75 in Galbraith that's in the cleanup stages. Right shoulder traffic backs up through St. Bernard. That's affecting traffic inbound on the Reagan Highway as well as eastbound 74. Northbound 71, there's an accident before you get to 275. That traffic is now backed up to the lateral. The Amelia Olive Branch is blocked off between Clough and Taylor due to an early morning wreck. And traffic update is in 10 minutes. Chad Ingram, News Radio 700 WLW report is brought to you by Staples.
Go to Staples this Black Friday for great deals on tablets, printers, monitors, and other great holiday gifts, like an HP Stream laptop for just $199, including 1 year of Office 365 Personal, while supplies last. Ends 11/27/17 at Staples Black Friday.
50 sunshine today. We're on highway around 48 tonight. Some clouds in 34. We've got a sunny week on the way. It's looking pretty good. Tomorrow, 52 with sunshine. It's cooler, but still sunny Wednesday and Thursday. 40 on Wednesday, 42 on Thanksgiving Day. And at 25 right now, 25 at 700 WLW. And what about their Supreme Court Justice here, Bill O'Neill, who wants to run for governor? This comes back to the whole harassment, sexual harassment issue. And somehow he is, in his head, he confused sexual harassment with consensual sex. It felt like he had to brag about the notches in his bedpost, saying he had sexual relationships with at least 50 women in his life. He said, if I offended anyone, particularly wonderful women in my life, I apologize. Well, what he did here is he basically laid out to some degree who the women were. I mean, if you're involved in state politics and have been involved for any time, I mean, I'm not, but if you're in Columbus and you're part of that, you know exactly who he's talking about in some of these situations. He describes one as being a former personal secretary to Bob Taft, and then where they did the deed, where her parents lived. And by process of elimination, anybody in state government would know exactly who he's talking about. And it's not the only one that he went so far as to, describe color of the hair, where they were from. That guy's an idiot. One of the first comments that appeared in the original story, somebody went, my God, I hope someone hacked your Facebook page, because it's one of the dumbest things to do to yourself if you're anybody, much less a Supreme Court justice. I just don't get it. So he deleted the original post, but obviously it's too late. So it's out there. And then we have a response here. One person says, I'm not turning on the phone with these remarks. A justice, as a Democrat, I'm horrified he would belittle victims of sexual harassment this way. And as a woman, I'm outraged he would equate sexual assault with indiscretion. He should resign immediately. I'm not big on telling people to lose your job over this sort of thing, but that was stupid.
You can see frost on the grass.
And I haven't heard any response from the women who
I didn't notice it before, but yeah,
who they are.
The grass is frosty up
probably
here.
rather humiliated that they ever thought themselves with the guy too. Bill O'Neill, good job. What do we got? About 7:56 now. It's 700 WLW. And next half hour, got a few things on the way. Business Courier, got a Bengals report.
And a great deal more. But news in about 700 WLW.
Scott's Flow. Get back to fighting for your family. Scott's Crafting Corner. This week he's decoupaging. You'll love it this morning at 9 on News Radio 700 WLW.
Be a part of the Hunt Jewelers family. If you can dream it, we can make it.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Astrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Visit the largest volume Ford dealer in the Tri-State and let them save you time and money. They're number one for a reason. That's Mike Astrucci Ford. WKFS HD2 Milford.
News Radio 700 WLW, an iHeart radio station.
In my quest for the gold medal, I had to overcome not only the toughest competition, but also a lot of pain. I'm Carrie Strzok, and I know firsthand how pain can impact your life. What I do not know is that factors like age, pre-existing health conditions, and other medicines can increase the risk of certain over-the-counter pain relievers. That's why it's important to always check the Drug Max label on your medicine to see if your pain reliever is fit for you.
A public service of the U.S. Pain Foundation with support from Heal Consumer Healthcare. Visit GetReliefResponsibly.com. It's so cold and nasty outside. I just want to curl up in my warm house by the fireplace and read a book.
Oh, I know. I hope we don't have another winter like last year. It was terrible.
I called Lycans Energy Solutions, and I got my heating oil for my home and my propane for my fireplace right away. They never let me run out, and I always save money over the other supplier I used to use.
That's a great idea. I'll call them today. Visit LycansEnergy.com. Here's a word of advice for guys about ready to pop the question. She's hoping for a world-class designer ring in today's styles like you see in bridal magazines and on Pinterest. Names like Tacori, Verragio, Simon G. And these are the rings you will find at Genesis Diamonds. But not every store is allowed to carry these exclusive designers. So they'll
This
try
red
to
light is
go with their own
bullshit.
house brand designers with so-called new and exciting looks. The problem is, what's new and exciting for them was new and exciting at Genesis 5 years ago. They're still playing catch-up, while Genesis is on the cutting edge with innovative, creative designs, rings that are original, unique, and trend-setting. And while the other store mass produces their knockoffs, every designer ring at Genesis is handcrafted right here in the USA. Guys, don't make her settle for a fast food kind of a ring. Get her one she'll be proud to show off for decades to come. Genesis Diamonds, your exclusive home for all the world-class bridal designers in America today. On Montgomery Road.
Eventually, it's going to get even colder than it is out there right now. We've got 25 degrees. And if you don't have the right insulation, you probably feel it now, and it's only going to get a lot colder. What you should do is get in line right now, as it's still considered an early bird time of the year as far as USA Insulation is concerned. And get $500 off a whole home insulation and start saving money like right away. Number to call, 513-381-3626. It's a patented foam injection system. It's different. It seals your house up tight. You'll be nothing but warm all winter long. It helps keep you cool in the summer, too. So, 381
hey, here's the drive
online, USA
Drive
Insulation.
right past the house.
Check it out. The old Bodie McBoatface thing comes back to haunt again. I guess this is in Australia. They bought these road ritters, which I think put grooves in the road. And they put it to the public. They come up with a name for their road ritters. We don't name those things around here, but they apparently do. And the winning entry was Ritzy, Bitsy, Teeny, Weeny, Yellow, Anti-Slip, Machini. It's kind of like the Bodie McBoatface thing. That's one. The other one they voted for David Plowy. As in plow. I guess it also works as a snow plow. It's all right. Semi-funny. 8 o'clock in the morning. Makes
snow
a
in
news panel
Australia.
around here. News Radio 700 WL.
All right, made it.
Weather and traffic for no.
Oh, yeah. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.